Wednesday evening, so what are you up to? You know, every Wednesday is Super Startup Wednesday. Here's where we feature some of the most interesting, innovative companies that have had its roots from Namma Bengaluru city and are doing amazing things. Today, we have a very interesting product that definitely speaks volumes about inclusivity. This defines assisted mobility like how. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the founder of True Consultancy who have an amazing product called TurnPlus. Anand Kutre, welcome to Fever 104 FM. So nice to meet you in person.
Thank you, Sriram. Thank you for having me.
I love the fact that a mechanical engineer who has used all his skills to come up with a product that will help the specially abled. Before we get talking about your product, talk to me about True Consultancy and what True Consultancy does.
As I said, my background is I did my mechanical engineering from Belgaum, and then I got the opportunity to work in the US. Most of my experience in the automotive industry. I always wanted to come back to India and do something here. So in 2006, I moved back to India. I started an engineering services company. And 2011, I started True Consultancy to focus more on innovation for the local market, specific to Indian needs.
Okay.
So in that process, I worked on different projects, and one of the projects was for Toyota to develop a swivel mechanism for the differently abled.
Okay.
We did that product and we launched it, and somehow didn't do well.
It didn't take off.
Yeah. So I thought, based on my experience abroad, there was a need here, and then I took it on my own to improve the product and develop it on my own. So I invested my own consulting money and did a lot of thorough design, testing, and took me about 4 years to develop, and so that it could meet all the requirements.
That's fantastic.
And so that's the whole of True Consultancy.
Of True Consultancy. Now, talk to me about TurnPlus. How would you like to define TurnPlus? How would you like to explain to our listeners what TurnPlus does?
The whole idea is to provide mobility assistance right from your house to your office desk or wherever you want to travel, or a restaurant or anywhere. So TurnPlus is the product where we fit it in a car seat, preferably in the which is a bucket seat, mainly in the front passenger.
The passenger?
Yeah. And where once we put this mechanism, the seat swells out, and almost 50% of the seat is outside of the car. So people who are differently abled or people with reduced mobility can easily sit on it and then slide back in with ease, so that they don't have to incur the pain of getting in a car, which makes the mobility more accessible.
This technology has now been started by your company. Kudos to you, Anand. You now have TurnPlus, a product that really helps with assistance mobility. Stay tuned to Fever 104 FM. When we come back, I want to talk about the genesis of this product and what led you to come up with this. More on that coming up on the other side. Stay tuned. This is Fever 104 FM. Super Startup. We have True Consultancy, Anand Kutre in the studios of Fever 104. Back to Fever 104 FM. Good evening. This is Super Startup on your Super Startup Wednesday. We have founder of True Consultancy, Anand Kutre, in the studios with his unique product called TurnPlus. TurnPlus is such an amazing product that can help the specially abled in terms of making themselves comfortable in a car. So this mechanism actually lets the passenger's seat come out, swivel out of the car, so that anyone who is specially abled can actually feel comfortable, place themselves in the seat, and the seat actually goes back inside the car. Talk to me about how you first came up with this thought and idea of coming up with this product.
So as I mentioned sometime back, my first project was with Toyota Corolla, and we did this product, and for some reason it didn't take off. But with my experience working abroad and having traveled in Europe as well, I could see a lot of devices which helped people with disabilities or reduced mobility to make their life easier. I had colleagues with neck down paralysis, and they used to have a day-to-day life just like anyone else without assistance.
They would do everything on their own.
Everything on their own without, So I used to just talk to them. I used to just sit beside them across the table, and we used to have a regular working culture. after this product, I could relate back to that and see such things are missing here. And that's when I decided, okay, let me do it on my own. So since True Consultancy was mainly into consulting, I kind of put all my consulting money back into this product. At the same time, I wanted to make this product really to international standards. I don't want to compromise on safety, durability, on those aspects.
Right.
So I started with the mechanism, redesigned the mechanism, tested it as per Indian automotive standards for front crash, rear crash, seatbelt anchorage. Then I also tested for durability in minus 40 temperature, plus 60 temperature, so that we take care of the warranty and the maintenance part. Then we did an accelerated salt spray test of 8,000 cycles.
Wow.
So that when we sell this product in coastal regions, it will not rust and it not get jammed. People should not
the
get
humidity is taken care of. I have to quote this recent example that happened. My neighbor, this really old lady, had a back problem. She had a bad fall and she had to be taken to a hospital. It nearly took about 5 to 4 people to carry her and to place her in the car to make sure that she's fine and she's not in pain during the entire process of taking her to the hospital. And when I saw the video of your product, all I could think of was, wow, that day if we had this mechanism, it would have definitely made life a whole lot easier. But even somebody who has undergone an injury or anyone with back pain, arthritis, your product could really come of use.
Absolutely. So as you said, they took about 4 to 5 people were helping the old lady, but people still in India don't think about, okay, should we get something which would help or aid reducing the pain of that person.
Good evening. You're listening to Fever 104 FM. My name is Sriram Sulia. Anand Kutre, he's on the other side. Anand, say hi.
Hi.
So Anand is the founder of True Consultancy, who have come out with an amazing product that assists mobility. It's called TurnPlus. TurnPlus is a mechanism device that you can fit to the passenger seat of your car that lets the passenger seat actually swivel out of the car, so anyone who is specially able can place themselves comfortably without having to take any trouble on how exactly they are going to sit in the car. Something so simple. A lot of people who are curious and they want to know, what is the cost of your product? What is the cost of TurnPlus that helps assisted mobility?
So right now we are retailing the product at 45,000, which includes transport and installation, and it also comes with a 3-year warranty. Any issues with the product, we simply replace the product. No questions asked. That's the pricing model we are kept as of now.
And what are some of the testimonies and customer feedback? How many people have availed your services as of now? And are there a lot of hospitals, a lot of cab companies or hotels or plenty of corporates even who can look at having you on board that can really help their employees and customers?
Yeah, I think you mentioned some very good points. So I started, as I said, more as an innovator. So when I saw this product impacting life and the feedback what I got from customer, it kept me going. And every testimonial or every feedback from the customer was giving me strength. So kind of mid last year, I went into more serious mode to get more involved into this. And we sold about 90 units, mainly for B2C, that is the direct customers who have known about our products through internet and through some articles which were published. That was the only medium of sale. We didn't kind of went into the market. So this year we want to create awareness, and thank you for that, to giving us this platform. As you rightly said, we are looking at cab companies, we are looking at corporates. We want to tell corporates, okay, now we are developing some such devices, so you can hire people with reduced mobility. You don't have to, think about it, because inclusiveness is becoming a very big factor.
Yes.
And the thought process, okay, people with reduced mobility, how can they travel? Is safe and all those things. So all that part we would like to take care.
You pretty much capped it all, talking about inclusivity, which happens to be the biggest go-to word that we are all looking out for. And the more inclusive, the better it would be for each and every one of us living under the same sun. When we come back, I want to talk to you about a few more new products that True Consultancy has come up with. TurnPlus happens to be one of your products. You have few more products that can really help the specially abled. That's coming up when we get back to Super Startup. It's brought to you by Pratham Constructions. This is Vivo 104. Super Startup is brought to you by Pratham Constructions. I have Anand Kutre in the studios with me. He's the founder of True Consultancy, who have come up with an amazing product called TurnPlus. TurnPlus is a product that you get to install in your passenger seat of your car that lets the passenger seat actually swivel out of the car so that anyone who is specially able can place themselves comfortably in the seat without anyone's help. This is assisted mobility taken to the next level. Talk about inclusivity and diversity. This is how it's meant to be. I believe TurnPlus is just one of the products. You have plenty more products in the pipeline.
This quarter, we plan to launch three other products. So next version of the TurnPlus would be where the seat would rotate, come out, and then come down more towards the ground. So that the wheelchair transfer should be very easy, because we have customers who are like obese or who are grown, and becomes very difficult for the parents, even kids who are now grown and want to go to college. It becomes difficult for them to get in.
Right.
So that is the next product, and there will be also a product wherein the chair will swivel and then get attached to a wheelchair base, and so that there would be the transfer from wheelchair
from the wheelchair to the
car could be avoided. Could be more
it
easier.
Becomes that much more easier.
And the third product is something very, very simple but with a very big impact. Like we have designed portable ramps which will weigh anywhere from 3 kgs to 12 kgs, and which could make any place accessible. You go to a restaurant and when you're on a wheelchair and you see, okay, there are 2 or 3 steps, and either they are outside on close to the road, or once you go inside, and then it becomes difficult for to get the wheelchair in. People come, they lift, and that could be also unsafe. So these are portable ramps. We just put it in there, which will help the wheelchair to go inside, or even when you want to go to a restroom, again you can see 1 or 2 steps. So these are some small things which will become very, very easy. Or
right.
Even you go to stores wherein you want to shop, but you cannot go in because again of the same. It just there are like 2 or 3 steps.
Yeah.
It looks very small, but
it could be very daunting. It could be very challenging.
Exactly.
And it's about making all the places accessible to each and every one of them. That's the whole aim of it. That's fantastic, Anand. We wish you the very best. And
Thank you.
I'm going to upload the video that'll actually show you how TurnPlus works. There is a phone number